everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notify button so you know when you're getting new episodes. And we just want to grow this project. I thank you in advance. Without further ado, let's get it rolling. The Shout Out Show. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh, everybody. Juma Mubarak for everybody that made it to prayers or had intention to make it to prayers. I'm your host, Preacher Master, host of the SOS, the Shout Out Show. Just so you guys know, I'm in an incredibly good mood. I spent a lot of time studying something and working on formulas, and all of it failed. But I really felt good about the fact that I hung in there and I didn't get dissuaded by failure. So it was actually fun. You know, it was actually one of those fun things. So I just want to throw that out there to you. That's number one. Number two is it's Friday. The only thing that make this better than being Friday is if it's a Friday pay week. And we all know how Friday pay weeks are. You spend that money on Thursday. Okay, so we have a couple of announcements. I hope you guys got to check out the beginning of the show. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to bring that back up. We have a guest on, Sister Furman. She is, let me bring her information up again, because I think you guys should check it out. This lady is extremely talented. When I say extremely talented, I mean that the work Sister Nana Furman has done is exemplary work. So to call it exemplary work means that, you know, she's won some awards. This year she got the Al Gore 2020 Climate Reality Green Ring Award. She was named a White House champion of climate change for faith leaders, and that was in 2015 when we still had Obama. She talked about sustainable city initiatives. And I think it's really important because we really talk about, as a religion, we're earth people. Much like Native Americans, we are earth people, meaning that earth has a womb, if you will. If I could say that, earth has a womb. And that womb is the thing that protects us. It provides so many things for us: our food, our water, our air, just sunlight, if you will. Sunlight used correctly is just incredibly therapeutic. But here's a woman who spent a lot of time, originally from Indonesia, now she's here in the States, talking about this exact same thing, because why? It's under attack. So let me bring some people into the fold here. For you, if you're coming on the show for the first time, I need you to click that subscribe button. We have 129 subscribers. We're trying to get to 130, if you don't mind. Okay, that's number one. Number two is, if you're coming on the show for the first time, don't be shy, don't be bashful. If you have something to say, don't want to say it. Put it in the comments section. This is a shout out show, and everybody, right, wrong, and different, whatever, everybody deserves a shout out show. They deserve a shout out. And I give shout outs, and that's the way it's going to be. You're going to get yours. But when I say you're part of the shout out show family, the shout out show soldiers, I want it to be understood that you're part of a unique collective of people who come together to discuss things. So today is technically Friday Funnies, and I called it taking some shots at the obvious. I have been, as a comedian, I don't like to do informational material about just the obvious things. But at this point, I've kind of come up with some funny stuff about the obvious things that maybe you didn't think about, maybe you don't remember. But it's always funny to do a little retroactive thing. I really get to go back a little bit. So that's for that. Now I have to formally greet my SOS family, my SOS shoulder soldiers, the people who come here on the regular. And I'm going to ask Sister Satana, I want to send everybody in the SOS family that comes on the regular, I want to send them a file of Confessions of a Muslim Comedian. When everybody have a file, your own personal file of Confessions of a Muslim Comedian, to enjoy. Please don't share it. But you guys have been coming on, not even for days. I mean, for weeks, for months, supporting this project. So go to Permissible Laughter, name in your email, permissiblelaughter@gmail.com, and I will get out a copy of Confessions of a Muslim Comedian. I thought about playing some of the tracks off of it. I was like, no, I want people to have the whole thing. So let me invite the family. This will be a very momentous, I won't say historic, I'll say momentous spot show, Saturday Spotlight, because it's going to be hosted by Sister Satana Whitfield. I will be the guest host. I will be in the back working the knobs and the controls because this is her interview. And I would encourage everybody to please, I don't ask a whole lot of stuff, but I'm going to ask you to please support our sister because this is her guest. You know, this is her guest. This is her show. And I believe just like I was when I was a young comedian, you have to have support and you have to have a place to begin. And so we're giving that to her. I'm going to give you guys the email address here in a moment. Just bear with me. I apologize. Brother Altaf Rashid, representing Canada, the Great North. What's up, Altaf? How you doing, man? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Juma Mubarak to you too, brother. My brother from across the border. Thank you so much for coming, man. We appreciate you. Sister Ika, I know you don't want to miss the show tomorrow, Sister Ika. This is one of your homegirls, Sister Nana Furman from Indonesia. You told me you know about this lady, so I know. All right. That's what I'm looking for. More people to come support this idea. But most importantly, I want you to listen to what this woman has to say because I think it's coming from two different places. Number one, if you've ever been overseas like Malaysia, Indonesia, there's a different philosophy about nature and how you treat nature. Suppose the United States. So I'm really looking for the nuances, if you will. The good, the bad, and everything in between. But I'm also looking for a pathway for how we can begin to treat our environment, treat Mother Earth better. Okay? What's up, Ree? I got you yesterday, didn't I? I got you. That chicken was good. If you ate that bean pie, now, you don't have to pray 5 times a day, but you got to pray 2.5. You're halfway there. Bean pie means submission. Do you hear me? Bean pie means submission. Okay. So let me get back to the show. My show today, brothers and sisters, you know what it is. It's the Friday Funnies, but it's pointing out some things. I know I give Joe Biden a hard time, and for good reason. I don't pick on him because it's just a thing to do. Same way I wouldn't pick on Trump. But I'm going to say this. During the election, Joe Biden did something that was strange. He did something strange. In his first debate, hear me clearly. In Joe Biden's first debate, he got so frustrated by Donald Trump, he attempted to speak Arabic. And I don't know who his Arabic teacher is or his Arabic term teacher is in his campaign or in the White House right now. But I believe his use of the word, inshallah, could have cost him the election. Not because he used it incorrectly, but he pronounced it poorly. He tried to say, inshallah, brothers and sisters, I'm not joking. He tried to say, inshallah. To me, it sounded like the man said, in chains and coleslaw. That's what it sounded like. His inshallah sounded like in chains and coleslaw. Like he was going to get elected and he was going to advocate for slave picnics. That was number one. Number two, Joe Biden. Look, bro, it doesn't work for Al-Qaeda. It doesn't work for ISIS. Doesn't work for the Taliban. Look, when you get in trouble, don't call on the law as a last resort, especially when you don't mean it. Joe Biden, in the middle of his election, I guess he thought he was winning big. He decided to quote hadith. Now, I'm real selective as a comedian. Even as a comedian, I don't touch things from the Quran. I don't really touch things from hadith because it's sacred text. So you can understand I'm a little salty that a guy who's not Muslim is using part of our sacred text to make a point whereby we haven't seen you support the community like that, but you feel free to reach into the grab bag of Muslim sacred texts, Islamic sacred texts, and pull out a hadith. Okay, brother, listen. One thing was, dude, you in America, you a white man, there's a Muslim ban going on, you running for president, and you trying to cite Islamic hadith. Let me tell y'all something. That almost said Joe does not want to win. I think ISIS was like, Joe, stop, you winning, you ahead, stop, Joe, stop. I mean, it's like he wanted to lose. Joe Biden citing hadith in a political election is the same as a cop pulls me over and he goes, do you know why I pulled you over? And I go, no, sir. All I know is the cocaine and the guns are in the trunk. And then on the flip side, all of these politicians, all of you, should be ashamed of yourself. Outside of Jim Clyburn out of South Carolina, there hasn't been a whole lot of ruckus for Donald Trump. Let me tell y'all a story. Justice, they say justice anywhere is justice, injustice anywhere is injustice. I believe that. And the reason I'm saying that, brothers and sisters, is this. How often have people sat up and made these assumptions about other people's behavior? Now let me I'm putting this up real quick, brothers and sisters, so take it down. Email me at permissiblelaughter@gmail.com. We got it. Manji, what's going on, brother? Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Manji, email me at permissiblelaughter.com. I'm gonna send you a copy of my CD, Confessions of a Muslim Comedian. I hope you and your family are doing well. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And I'll show you guys a little bit. Maybe I'll pull up the trailer for Confessions of a Muslim Comedian because I'm on a roll today. Now, let me tell you guys a little bit about the actual CD, Confessions of a Muslim Comedian. The CD, brothers and sisters, is what's called a concept CD. What a concept CD is it takes an idea from the beginning and moves it all the way to the end. Maybe you've seen comedians, sad parties, traditional comedians. What you see on TV is that it's a bunch of comedians set up to do well. Let me say it again. It's a bunch of comedians set up to do well. Someone picks the audience. Someone comes up and warms up the audience. Somebody tells the audience when somebody comes on stage, we want you to go yell and scream. Ah! We want you to laugh. Oh, yeah. That's television. That's Netflix. Confessions of a Muslim Comedian is my story, but it resonates that it's a lot of people's story, if you will, because Confessions of a Muslim Comedian veers into the confessions of being a Muslim here in the United States. Comedy is just a vehicle that I used, and it takes some looks at current events, but it also looks at some of the things that are traditional in our community, and most importantly, it emphasizes at the end that I'm very, very proud to be a Muslim, that I'm very, very proud to be a part of the Muslim community, the African-American Muslim community, indigenous community, as well as the immigrant Muslim community. I don't like immigrant Muslim community, but that's all the label we have. But my point is, this is a bit of an archive. So if someone were to say, what was going on in 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, you can take this CD, put it on and go, that's what was going on. Or better yet, that's what was going on in our community. So make sure, you too, Mungie, make sure, okay, let me see, we're doing well. I hope everyone else is doing well. Everybody make sure you give salams, my main man Mungie in the building here. I'm putting it up one more time, permissiblelaughter@gmail.com. We will get out your copy, if you will. It's a file. You'll download it and it should open up just like a regular old CD. Why? Because I appreciate you. Okay? So, without getting mushy, back to my case. Can we talk about Donald Trump, like real talk about Donald Trump? There's a mental health hospital in Washington, D.C. on the southeast side. It's called St. Elizabeth's. We used to call it St. Eads when we were kids. And people back then would check in at St. Eads and they check out. Okay, we got Sister Nicole. It's your lucky day, Sister Nicole. Welcome to the show. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sister Nicole. Take this email down. This is your lucky day. I'm going to be sending you a copy of my CD, Confessions of a Muslim Comedian, okay? So make sure to, this is, and it says in the trailer for you folks, I am the first Muslim comedy scholar. Think about that. When I get my master's, I'm going to be the official Muslim comedy scholar because I got a story to tell. So, sister, make sure you get that down. And again, welcome to the show. So, I'm talking about this mental health institution called St. Elizabeth's in Washington, D.C. It's been closed. It's gone through different iterations. Just so you know, this was the main mental institution in Washington, D.C. During the Reagan years, as a part of the cutbacks, what they did was they closed it and released all of the people who were patients there with no support, no help. And basically, they populated what is now the homeless population in Washington, D.C. So the people weren't homeless, they were mentally ill. I'm saying they need to open that spot back up and they need to just have one bed on one floor, and that is for Donald Trump. People, this man is not angry. He's not bitter. He's crazy. He is crazy. He is nuts. Let me tell you how nuts this dude is, brothers and sisters. He has no friends. He has no friends. He's the guy that has no friends, but at the same time will rent out an entire Chuck E. Cheese spot, knowing he has no friends. And then he'll complain to Chuck E. Cheese that it's his fault that he has no friends. That's the mentality that you're dealing with. And on top of that, let me add, the pressure on him is not to leave. It's not on him to leave the White House. He probably wants to leave the White House, but he's got to deal with his wife. I don't think he's told her that he lost. And all you people, again, stop advocating for Donald Trump to remove himself from the White House. Stop that. We don't want that. Be more creative. I want him to be evicted. I want Donald Trump to be evicted. I want all of his stuff out on Pennsylvania Avenue. I want to see him calling what 1, 2, 3 friends he might have to see if they have a truck to pick his stuff up. And when he goes back in the house, he comes back, all of his stuff has been stolen by every Mexican he's called a rapist or a drug dealer or a killer. Now that's funny. Okay. I also want the lights cut off. I want the cable cut off. I want the water cut off. I want all those bills put back in America's name because Donald Trump has all those bills in his mama's name. We don't want that anymore. We want him to do the right thing, not the white thing. We want him to get out. Now, please, Joe Biden does not need to have an inauguration. Joe just fell and fractured his foot. I'm saying I don't know if Joe's going to make it to inauguration. All I'm saying is, brothers and sisters, you better check the health on Kamala Harris. And because Joe Biden is one microwave away from, I don't know, not being president through the inauguration. So I say pray for him, but in the same time, pray for us. Pray for us. Jabril, what's up, baby? Jabril's coming all the way out of Charlotte, North Carolina, my man. Jabril always gets the great interviews. How do you do it, brother? Man, Parliament, Funkadelic, Bootsy, everybody. Curtis Blow. Man, all I got those, only relationship I have with those guys is through their records, man. But, okay, Jabril said send in the military for him. I don't want to send in the military for him. You know I want to send in for him? I want to get a martial type action. Like we deputize somebody to bring him out. And I am deputizing, brothers and sisters. Are you ready? Are you ready? I am deputizing the FOI to go out and bring him out. I want them to march him out just like in the Spike Lee movie X, when the guy said, I just want them to move him out, lift him up by his feet and move him. Or doing like some of the Muslim leader despots, like Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein. Let's just make sure wherever he appears from, he's coming out of a hole. That's what I want. Someplace in the dirt. Now, let me explain something else too. What's he say, Alta? He's going to leave the White House in the edition like he leaves. Oh, I hope not, brother. I hope not. You know, Donald Trump destroyed Atlantic City for people that want to know. He bankrupted an entire city, Islamic City, which shocks me because I'm like, how can this guy get elected when Atlantic City is still standing? Okay, it's a shell of itself, but it's still standing. And people elected him anyway. Now, let me reach out to these, 70-some million people that voted for Donald Trump. I'm not going to say you're stupid or you're dumb. You know why? Because he already said it. He said, I love the people uneducated. And you showed up to his rallies anyway. You know what? That's like saying, I like people that can't count past 6 and you show up. Here I am, preach. Then you go, and I go, count for me. You go, 1, 2, 3, 4. See what I'm saying? It's the ridiculousness of it. It's the ridiculousness of it all. And it's not for me to ridicule people because these things are out here. I gave an award ceremony. And people still don't get it. I had to go out earlier today. I wanted to order some food. And, this is a place I kind of grown to like. So I go there. Now, the cook doesn't have on a mask, but the cook is behind all this glass. Okay, cool. But the guy waiting to order before me, no mask. No mask. Sitting there, breathing and exhaling. Breathing and exhaling. And I'm sitting here trying to find a compassionate, merciful way to express my feelings. And I wanted to say, excuse me, dear man, could you please put on your mask? What came out is, the hell is wrong with you? Put your mask on. Because sometimes it's like that, brothers and sisters. What we got? All right. Preacher, when are we going to organize ourselves politically and set our own? All right, Mungie. You're giving me echoes of Mr. Dick Gregory, who, in between the show I did, I think it was 2010, 2011, cussed me out up and down about the fact that Black folks have mobilized to have their own political action committee. And he said the Muslims, who we had even bigger expectations of, because we had a religious president, we haven't done it. Okay, what are we going to do, Mungie? I'll do it. I'll start. You want me to start? I'll start. You tell me when and where, I will start. In fact, mark it down. Everybody here, I am going to work with Mungie because I'm not going to wait till the next election, Mungie. We need to be doing this like tomorrow. I want to influence all the Democrats, all the liberals, all the conservatives, and let them know if you're not hearing me and respecting me, you have a good chance of losing. And I will enforce that across the board. Here's another thing. My mom's on the spot. Miss Eleanor is in the spot. Brothers and sisters, just so you know, Miss Eleanor is like my other sister, and mom is mom. They are the OGs, the official royalty, if you will, of the official royalty of the ShOUT show. All right, that's what we're gonna do. Thank you so much for coming on, Mom. Okay, Nicole, let me see you. Okay, all right. Engage and care are already doing this work. Not like we're gonna do it, Sister Nicole. I love engage and I love care. But sometimes you gotta put the fear of Allah in some folks. You gotta let folks know that you're not playing. And sometimes, sadly, you have to understand that to beat the bully, you have to let them know that the bully can be beaten. Sometimes when the bully is yelling and screaming and da-da-da, You got to realize, for every Goliath, there's a David. And I'm not advocating, and I say this to Brother Monty, I'm not advocating playing by the rules. Oh, no. Let me give you guys a story, because I know we're running out of time. In my teens, during the crack epidemic in Washington, D.C., and the D.C. metropolitan area, if you will, the DMV, as we call it, I remember on the corner that there were a circle of drug dealers. It was an open-air drug market. The police couldn't get it done. The FBI couldn't get it done. The churches couldn't get it done. I watched a man from the local chapter, Muhammad's Mosque number 4, at the time, Muslims, FOI, walk up to these guys and explain to them that they weren't there on policy. They weren't there enforcing the law. They were there because they felt like it wrong was going on in that corner, and they were going to address it personally, however that was going to go down. And I remember what the brother said, and it was like magic. Now, you guys have heard me talk about the NOI and the FOI, how they talk to people. I'm just telling you how this happened. They walked up to these drug dealers, and the brother was so sharp and compassionate. Nicole, I'm going to put your statement up here in a minute. He walked up to these drug dealers, no gun, no knife, no police protection, none of that. Just a couple of brothers. He walked up, he said, "Black man." He said, "Brother, I talked to Allah today, and Allah told me that you don't want to be on this corner selling drugs today. He told me that you want to do something with your life different, at least not on this corner. And he called me to come tell you that he loves you and he appreciates you not selling any drugs today on this corner. Have a nice day, brother. Assalamu alaikum." And the brother walked away. And he took his other guys and he walked away. Now, of course, they were probably hypnotized by what happened. But here's the thing. There was no traffic on that corner for probably about the next 3-4 months. It was done without guns. It was done without, the law being the law, whatever it is, criminal justice law being enforced. It was men talking to men. Let me put Sister Nicole up here. Let's see. But isn't this like opening a new masjid when we don't like the one in our neighborhood? This is a great point. Sister Nicole. And I do agree with it. But I want you to catch on a hold of this, that what I'm talking about has pre-existed. So the Nation of Islam, the NOI has pre-existed. We have all these things, but it is about not just having an organization, but an organization that will impose will. Not the normal pressure points, impose will. I'm a comedian. I was blessed to do a tour called Allah Made Me Funny years ago. But the emphasis of Allah Made Me Funny was not that we were telling jokes, but we were getting a first run at our folks, but we're also getting a first run at non-Muslims, non-Muslim children, non-Muslim adults. And we challenged them. We gave them an American art form, and we did it better than most, to the point they said, well, damn, they funny. And to the point where our Muslim community said, wait a minute, they're not only funny, but they're in our image, they're in our language. So to your point, Sister Nicole, yeah, we have to go old school. This is no electronic flashes, no X's, no O's, no chunks, no ones, no. Get in, whatever it is, get in your car, get in your most comfortable shoes, and go to your neighbor down the street. Emphasize to your neighbor down the street, not only am I here, but I'm active. You know, I had a guy one time, he really wanted to beat me up. He really wanted to be, it stemmed from a show. So that's my thing. He didn't like what I said at the show. He got laughed at a show. And everyone would tell me, oh, he want to beat you up. He want to beat you up. I said, really? I ain't no tough guy. But as my mama said, she ain't raised no punk. So I saw the guy alone And I stepped to him. Hey, man, Preacher Moss, listen, let's clear this up right now. I've heard, it could be incorrect, I've heard that you wanted to do harm to me, that you really wanted to fight me. I said, well, listen here. I'm here to make it easy for you, where there's no crowd, there's no police, there's a space behind the building, and we can get at it right now. You know what the guy said? Nah, man, it wasn't all that. I was just, okay, that's what I thought. You ain't want none. And in my point, Sister Nicole, Sister Mungie, Satana, everybody, Altaf, my mother, Jabril, most of the people that act like they want it, they don't want it. And when you know they ain't want it, then you know they punks. And you should carry on accordingly. This is Brother Jabril. I know he said we need brothers who are willing to work outside of the box and not be so nice and tidy when it comes to politics and activism. Yes, I know it's a Christian thing. Hallelujah, Jabril. Hallelujah. Yes, absolutely, brother. I don't play by the rules. I don't invest in systems that are corrupt. I don't invest in systems where I know that people get cheated. You know, I don't invest in systems, even when I could have personal gain by these systems, I don't do it. One raised that way. That's not part of being a man. That's right. Mom said, thank you for a free copy. You already got a copy, Mom. You messing with me. But let me wrap up, because I know everybody has the weekend to get to. You know, I'm gonna let this one go, and you guys could think about it. Why are we waiting for one man, a white man in the White House, to give us a concession? Has a concession at any part in your life changed your life, has improved your life? Has a concession got you out of court? Has a concession gotten you out of child support payments? Has a concession paid your rent or your light bill? No, no. If I were to go down the street speeding and the officer pulled up and he goes, you know why I pulled you over? I go, yeah, because I was going fast as hell. But let me give you a little concession. There you go. Point of the fact matters. Fact of the matter, brothers and sisters, is we have to get back to thinking for ourselves. I'm not being mean. I'm just being honest. So I'm going to check out. Make sure that you sign up, because I'm gonna, and you make sure you also come to the show tomorrow with our sister Nana Furman, who's going to be talking about the green initiatives and how we can do a better job of not hurting Mother Nature, if at all possible. Oh, we got a star in the building. I got to hold the show's got. I hope you guys don't mind. This is my main man right here. You talk about Allah Made Me Funny going back to 2004. This brother worked with Mass Freedom Foundation. My main man, Amit Lindsay. What's going on, brother? All right, man. I appreciate, man. Miss you, man. Allah bless you and your family. You know, you doing my thing, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the show. We got, and we have no excuse, just like with Jabril, just like Mungie, we got no excuse that we haven't talked to one another in a minute. So no excuses. We got to connect. Otherwise, we're going to be a hypocrite over everything I just said. All of us on this podcast, this live stream, have an opportunity to do something unique every day. We just got to do it. Okay. So I will let you go. Let me put this up here one more time. To get the free copy of the CD, Confessions of a Muslim Comedian, you got to do that. In fact, this is it. In fact, I'm going to close out a little differently, and let me see something. I'm actually going to allow you guys to watch the trailer, and then you can you can have some fun. Give you a little taste of what you're gonna get. All right, hold on a minute, and then I guess I'll go back to my regular close. All right, Confessions of a Muslim Comedian. Check it out. Why would I do a CD called Confessions of a Muslim Comedian? And that was the idea of bringing entertainment to Muslims, for Muslims, about Muslims, but for everybody. I got Dean in my life. Who is Dean? What you bring me? You know how Muslims get you all hyped up? Like, brother, you ready to be Muslim? I said, yeah. He said, you know what that means? I said, tell me, brother. He said, you ready to give up the swine? I said, yes, sir. I'm giving up the swine. He said, are you ready to give up the alcohol? I said, yes, sir. I'm ready to give up the alcohol. He said, you ready to give up the women? I said, yes, sir. I'm ready to give up the alcohol. Hey everybody, this is your brother Preacher Moss. Listen, I hope that you enjoyed your shout out show experience. We'll be back with the next show, the next shout out show. A simple ask before you go, please help your brother out. Click that subscribe button, click that notify button, and I'll see you again on this side of the microphone. You probably wonder what that smell is. That's me. I smell good. And the reason I smell good is because I use oils from Tarifa Tar. So I'm not saying you can't smell good. I'm not even saying you stink. I'm saying you have the opportunity to smell exquisite. Check out tarifatar.com for some of the best oils and scents in town.